Yeah, disappointing result. Obviously, cup competition. It's about trying to progress. We didn't do that tonight, so that's disappointing. We obviously didn't get off to a great start in the game, and it doesn't help when you're playing away from home, especially a place like Villa, to concede so early. It gives them sort of momentum and confidence and gets the crowd sort of going behind them. So we were kind of struggling to stay in the game. Having said that, we had a big chance to equalise, which could have sort of settled things down for us. And then second half, I thought it was a lot more even. I thought we got better control of the game. We obviously had to open up a little bit, which allowed sort of some transition moments, but I felt like we were controlling the game a lot better. And in the second goal makes it, the task obviously even more difficult. Still kept fighting, got the goal we needed, and just wasn't enough in the end.
That's out of 2 competitions now in the last 4 days. How damaging has that been for you?
No, it's not. It's not damaging for me. It's obviously disappointing for us in terms of our objectives. But for 2.5 months, this small group of players have given everything in multiple competitions. I think they've been outstanding. And we had, I think, 11 first-team players missing today. Started with 4 teenagers, a 21-year-old goalkeeper coming to one of the best teams in the country away from home. After playing the best team in the country on Thursday night, after playing in a Premier League game last Sunday, after playing a Europa game, the same group of players, no rotation. They've been doing this since the middle of November. I just think they've given everything they can, and I've got so much respect and admiration for the players and the way they've gone about that. We'll get a couple of midweeks off now, which is great for them to recover. We'll get some players back, which is also great for this group, that they'll get some help, and we move on.
Do you still believe there's something for the Spurs fans to be hopeful for them this season?
Yeah, definitely. We're still in a great position in Europe, and we get an opportunity to obviously improve our league form when we get some players back over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, plenty to be to look forward to.
Does it feel, Ange, like there is a kind of reset point coming with the 2 midweeks and the players coming back? And I guess how frustrating is it that these 2 knockout games have come just before that?
Yeah, look, I mean, you can't sort of that's the timing of things, but it's just unfortunate for us that we couldn't get a couple back. We were hoping to get a couple back for this sort of last week. Didn't happen. We could have risked a couple, but again, I think for what's ahead, we went conservative on that. But it is a bit of a reset. We'll definitely get 3, maybe 4 players back this week, with the possibility of 1 or 2 others in the week or 2 weeks after that. So, and more importantly, this group that has been going gets a rest. They can go a whole week now without having to get up for another game and recover. Or we got back from Liverpool 2 a.m. on Friday early hours of the morning. So they get some rest that they desperately need, and physically and mentally.
I know you don't think in these terms usually, but do you kind of feel like you and the squad really deserves to be judged when you've got a full squad?
I don't know. Look, whether they would do or not. Look, I was saying in there. If you take 9 or 10, a back 4 of Vicario, Dragusin, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogie, Maddison, Johnson, Solanke, Odegaard, Werner. Take them out of any. How did Liverpool go today? And they just did that for 1 game. They do that for 2.5 months. Any team, do that for 2.5 months in multiple competitions. I don't care about me. People will judge me and whatever. But you can't judge this group of players on what's happened the last 20. They've given everything. The performance, like I said, 2 18-year-olds, a 17-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 21-year-old goalkeeper starting against one of the best teams in the country at home. They've had a week off. They didn't play Thursday night against Liverpool. We did. Same group of players, not a change. You can't measure this group of players on that and their performance and where they're at. It's too easy for people to be critical of them. I just have huge admiration and respect for them. We kind of knew this game was going to be almost the finishing line, because we knew what was coming ahead in terms of midweeks off and getting some players back. But they tried their hardest, and that's all you can ask.
And you know people will still judge you.
Yeah.
Do you feel people still get the time to show it?
Look, again, I'm not talking about me. People can judge me. They can say I've done a bad job. That's fine. up to it or whatever. What I'm saying is you can't be critical of players and players' performance during this time, because if you do, then do that with everyone else. Yeah, like I said, be as critical of other clubs when they've got 9 or 10, 11 players out, and none of them have, and have to play every week, not just for one game. So I'm not just saying we had to do it today. We've been doing this since the middle of November, and you can't judge performance of these players or critique them on what they've done. All they've done is given all they can, and that's all you can ask for. That's not of interest to me. My responsibility at this football club is this group of players and this team to get them to play in the manner I want them to that will bring us success. Now, whether people think I can do that or not, that's for others to judge. But there's got to be a better appreciation for what a very small group of players have been doing for the last 2.5 months. It can't be that people think that that's an excuse. That's just not anywhere near close to objective analysis. That's just agenda-driven stuff. If it's to get rid of me, then that's fine. You know, good on you. Go for it a million times. But in terms of this group of players, like I said, what they've given over the last 2.5 months has been outstanding. It's a credit to them. I can't speak highly enough of them.
What are you going to do with your sort of time off? Because you've got a rare bit of time off. What are you going to do, and what are the players going to do, and what do you want the team to look like after this sort of period?
Well, what am I going to do? I'm just going to keep working like I have. But the ones who obviously, got to give them some time off. We've got the early part of the week. We'll give them some time off. The boys who are coming back, we get an opportunity to give them a whole week of training, which is great. So, come Tuesday, like I said, we should have 3 or 4 who've been missing. We give them a full week of training instead of just 1 or 2 sessions and throwing them in. And again, by the time we get to the back end of the week, we'll have something resembling a squad of players to prepare for a big game, and that sort of folds into the following week, because again we've got 7 days, or no midweek game to prepare for the next game, and so that gives us a real good opportunity to get some work into the guys who've obviously been out for quite a while, give some rest to the guys who've been going at it, and so by the time we get back to being in Europe and midweek games, we'll be in a much better shape.
Ange, with the injuries, is it not worry for you this week that the team doesn't seem like a kind of Postecoglou team? The way the team's playing?
Look, I don't know how else to explain it, right? So I really don't know how else to explain it other than if you can't see that this team is just trying its hardest to play under the most extreme 2.5 months of asking 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds and senior players with no rest to play Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. I'll keep going for 2.5 months. And if you think that is not at all a factor of how this team is performing right now, then there's nothing else I can say. There's nothing else I can explain to that. No, because they're tired, mate. They can't. Do you think they can press like they... If we hadn't played Thursday night and I had rotated that team, you think we would have been pressing a bit more aggressively today? Fair chance, unless you don't think they're human beings. Unless you're sort of superhuman, you think, no, after playing Liverpool Thursday night, they should be flying today. It doesn't happen. They're human beings. Why do you think Liverpool and other clubs rotated 11 players? Why? There's a reason. I wish I could do the same, so you can bring a freshness to the team. So, of course, they're not playing anywhere near the levels that we want and expect. But that's not because they're not trying. That's not because they can't. They can. I keep saying, I think this group of players, once we get the rest of the group in, will be an outstanding team. I've got no doubt about that. Whether other people say that or not is of no interest to me. But if you want to measure anything on what they're doing at the moment, other than the fact that the extreme situation they're dealing with, then I think your analysis is skewed. It's not objective. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.